What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about outgrowing your gym. When is it time for you to realize that the gym you're at has plateaued your learning curve, you're no longer moving upwards, and it's time to move on and find somewhere new? We're going to be talking about that because I have had experience in this field before, and this was a requested video. Aiden, I believe, reached out to me on Instagram and said, I want to know a little bit more about this. There's no information out there talking about it. Would you mind bringing it up? So that's what I'm doing. Thank you for the request. If you guys have your own request, you can either throw the comments down in the YouTube section or you can reach out to me on Instagram. If you do both, you have an even better chance of reaching me and me making the video that you want. So we're talking about outgrowing your gym. Now, this is not the ideal filming space. There's going to be some noise around. I did not have time to film and edit a video for you guys today, so this is just a one shot. I'm going to shoot. There's going to be some pauses as I ponder my thoughts, maybe some noises outside, so bear with me on that, but it was important to me to get an episode out to you. So first, let's start off and let's talk about my experience as a martial artist and switching up gyms, and it's something I had to do. So I was a fairly high level point fighter, and I ended up moving over to a kickboxing gym. I was at that gym for about 10 years, and they did a fantastic job in the first 8 years of increasing my skill set and making me a very good amateur fighter. Unfortunately, in the last couple of years at that gym, I felt my skill level plateau. And my concern was, if my skill level is plateauing, I might not be decreasing my skill set, but everybody else I'm fighting in the future is increasing their skill set potentially. If they're increasing and I'm plateauing, essentially I am decreasing. I am not moving upwards like my opponents are, and it became a cause of concern. So much so for me that I went, yes, I need to make a change. If that is on your mind, it might be time for you to make a change, but I'm gonna run through a few points with you here. Things that your coach should be doing. Number one, a coach should be providing you with new information. They're not providing you with new information. They're being a little bit negligent in their job as the head instructor. Now, we have to be realistic and we have to realize that as a student, at some point as a student, we are going to reach the same skill level as our coach in terms of knowledge. That's something that should happen if you've been around your coach long enough and you've taken in everything he has to give. But as a coach, it's your job to take in new information and pass that on to your students. For instance, last night I was teaching my advanced kids class and I went, guys, tonight we're going to try a new technique that I just saw, a new sweep, which I had never seen executed in a certain way. Now I said to them, in all honesty, I have not had a chance to try this out. I just saw it. So give me a moment. I grabbed a training partner or one of the other students. I went, I'm going to take 2 minutes. I'm going to figure out the intricacies of this technique, and then I'm going to teach it to you guys. And they see there that I am not perfect, that I do not know everything. It makes me a little bit vulnerable in the sense that they might go, oh, the instructor does not know everything. But that's just a reality. You have to sometimes show your students that you're not perfect and people can teach you. If you have a coach like that, you should not end up in the position where you are plateaued, where you're just like, I'm not learning anything, because the instructor is not willing to venture outside his knowledge bubble and take new information to share with his students. That is the first issue. The second issue is, if you've plateaued on a learning curve, what the instructor should be doing is focusing on the basics. You should be focusing on those things you learned in the first year and going, okay, I'm not giving you new information, but I'm going to make sure you do not decline at all in the basics, and we continue to work your basics to perfection. If he is doing that, but not giving you new information, there's still an argument to stick around. If he is doing neither of those two things, then there's a good argument for going, I'm not getting new information. He's not correcting what I'm doing improperly. Like if every time he walks by, he's like, looking good, comes by next time, watching you on the bag, whoa, still looking good. That doesn't help you, doesn't help me. And that was the position I found myself in around a decade ago, where I was going, no new information, and I'm not getting any feedback, any constructive criticism, so I'm not improving, essentially, which means I'm declining because everybody else I could be fighting is potentially improving. Now, in terms of leaving the gym at this point, that's up to you. You need to look at the gym. What else could you be getting from the gym? Well, maybe you have spectacular training partners And although the coach is not giving you all the information you want, the partners that you have are amazing to work with. And just having them is worth sticking around. Well, you can always go to your coach and you can say, well, I'm looking for new information, or I want you to be I really want you to criticize my technique, like really break it down. Give me any feedback you have. If that's not working, again, you can go and you can look at other fighters, watch them compete, go, whoa, that was cool, I want to try that, and then on your own, try and implement this into your game. That is essentially one of the reasons that I have reached such a high level in kickboxing, because I watched other athletes, watched them improve, and from there, tried to implement things into my game. Now, when I made the decision, after 10 years at one gym, to move on, and to basically put my career in my own hands. Yes, I have my brother, yes, I had some training partners to help me, but I still do not have a head coach. And that transition was very nerve-wracking. I didn't know if I was making the right decision, but I did know at the current gym I was at, I felt like I had maxed out. If you feel like mentally you've maxed out, you're not getting what you need anymore to have that mindset of being a champion, well, chances are you will not become a champion. You need to have that positive mindset, like I'm improving and I'm getting the knowledge I need. I'm challenging myself in the way that I need. When we reach that situation where we're not getting that increase, that constant challenge, yes, it's probably time to move to a new gym. And I do know the pain and the fear of leaving a gym, but what I've figured out in my career is we move forward. Don't focus on what's behind me. I try not to focus on what would have happened if I stay at that gym. I actually very rarely think about it. I also try not to focus on the fact that at the beginning of my career, many people told me you have to go to the Netherlands. You have to go to Thailand. Go to one of these kickboxing Muay Thai hubs. That's the only spot you're going to be able to become a champion. Well, I didn't do that either. And I still became a champion. So why bother thinking about what would have been if I would have gone to one of those spots? What other opportunities could have been created? If you guys are looking for a new gym and you feel like you've outgrown the current one you're at, you've checked off all the red flags, all the boxes which I've already mentioned about why your gym might not be the right spot for you, go out there, try out some new gyms. Look, number one, at what the coach has accomplished. Is he a champion himself? Or if not, has he created champions himself? Go to the gym, try out some classes. If you get the feeling, especially at the gym you're at right now or a new current gym, if you get the feeling that there's repetition in classes, that they do the same thing every time, that there's a very set pattern to classes. Some people love that. I do not. I like change. I like being challenged. I find that changing up the routines, challenging the pattern that we do classes in, making sure that there's always new information coming at us, making sure that no one class is like another class. We never do the exact same thing twice. To me, these are key sort of aspects on whether you're going to have a gym and a coach who will constantly be challenging you. That's the way I run my classes, personally. I never do the exact same class twice. I never come in with the exact same pattern. Like, okay, we're going to do 3 rounds of shadow boxing, we're going to do 3 rounds of skipping, we're going to do 3 rounds of bag work, we're going to do 3 rounds of pad work, and class is done. No, I always switch up the routine. I always have the guys like, okay, today we're working on catching a round kick. And we're going to drill that for a little bit, and then we're going to go into some sparring where we drill that. But I'm not going to do that class ever again. I might at one point, again, touch on catching or, make it a 5-minute element, but I'll never repeat the exact same class. And to me, it's a big factor on whether a gym is going to be the right spot for you and somewhere where you will constantly feel like you are improving. So guys, I could talk about this episode for a long time. If you want more information on this, the only real way for me to help you beyond what I've given you today is to sit down with you one-on-one and have a discussion about where is best for you. If you want to have one of these one-on-one Zoom privates, you can reach out to me on Instagram or through my email, vargabros@yahoo.ca. You can reach out, find out more information, and we can get something booked for you there. But that's all for me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you haven't already, join the channel and get subscribed. And as always, guys, train hard, and I'll see you back here soon for another video.